First of all, thanks a lot to all the ENCY guys for organization the next ENCY meeting here. It's very, very interesting and yeah, it's really great. Okay, today, first of all, I'd like to say something about me. My name is Andreas Reitz. I'm the founder from Datentechnik Reitz. We're in the market for 30 years, and I think we work together with ENCY Bootcamp for more than 20 years. Yes, today we heard a lot in the morning. We heard a lot about robots, and this is, in my opinion, very, very interesting. Because 20 years ago, we started with CNC milling, then with lathe, and then with a robot. So it's more than interesting that right now, maybe we have 50% or more robot customers or potential customers. So in my opinion, this is a really good situation we have. But today, I want to talk with you about CNC machining, not about robots. And what means that? The differentiation matters in the CAD/CAM market. Why? The differentiation as the key to sales success. We need really a differentiation. This is important. And one feature we have developed, or ENCY have developed together with us, is the gun drilling. Yes, what means that? What is gun drilling? Gun drilling is an operation or a feature for drill very deep holes, okay, with different type of machines, with standard CNC machines, but also with very special gun drilling machines. It is really a difference to normal hole drilling. So, for example, what are the requirements in case of gun drilling? It is a high pressure coolant supply. It's a stable and rigid machine setup, specialized tooling, accurate pre-centering and pilot holes, optimized feed and speed parameters, and this is one of the most important thing here, effective chip control and process monitoring. So we want to make parts like this on the right side, for example, hydraulic parts or something like that, or for mold industry, also very interesting. This is the coolants inside the mold is drilled by gun drilling. Okay, here you can see what is the first step if you want to use gun drilling. So this is the first step. It is maybe the same as the first step with a normal drilling. So that's spot drilling. In this case, it is in steel with a spot drilling tool with 12 millimeters. So yeah, this is an easy step, same step in all operations and drilling. The next is the pilot drilling. Pilot drilling means that we have the tool, not a tool length, but the deep of the hole is 1 or 2 multiplied by the diameter. In this case, the diameter is 12 millimeter. And so in this case, it's 2 multiplied by the diameter, so it's 24 millimeters. We make a hole 24 millimeters deep in the part. So that's easy. So it's the same than we have before, but now comes the new features. And the new feature is step number 3. Step number 3 is a very long tool. So it is 40 multiplied by the diameter. In this case, the tool is 480 millimeters. So, and important in this case is that we reduce the feed at the entry and at the exit. We reduce the feed and also the spindle. We cannot use cycles or something like that. It is a special cycle from ENCY. I explain later. First of all, I want to explain how the operation works. The next step is we are using the next tool, 80 multiplied by the diameter. So now we are in a deep 960 millimeter. And this is also not finished. The next is 120 multiplied by the diameter. So now we have a deep of the hole 1.5 meters. And really, there are tools, for example, from Göring, they have tools more than 3 meters. And for this very long tools, it is very important that you have a special operation to do this. Okay, how can we solve this problem in ENCY? And this is the new features in ENCY we have right now. And this is gun drilling with ENCY. First of all, what is important, the requirements before we start in ENCY himself. So what are the requirements? We have to reduce the feet at the entry. So that means after the pilot hole, we go inside the hole with spindle 0 with very slow feet. And if we are inside the hole, we start the spindle, not earlier. So that means that is very stabilized in the tool. That's very important. So then the next point is the exit. It's exactly the same. It is not allowed to go with a fast speed outside the part. So it's the same. We reduce the speed or the feet or booth at the exit of the part. Okay, it sounds not so complex, but now it comes more complex. The next is we have cross holes. Maybe we have cross holes and we have to reduce the speed. If we go inside a cross hole, we have raised up the speed in the cross hole. We have to reduce the speed at the exit of the cross hole. And this is more complex because ENCY have to detect where are the cross holes. For example, if you change the operation, and you know it's very simple in ENCY to change the operation, in that case you have to understand there is no cross hole now, and the operation is totally different. If you find the cross holes, you have to detect, I have to reduce the speed and the feet in these cross holes. If you work with the long tools without this operation, you have no chance. Really, after 30 seconds, the tool is damaged and the tool is really expensive. Okay, also we reduce the speed in pilot holes. That's what I say before. So we go inside the pilot hole without speed or without spindle speed and with a very slow feet. And this is the new feature inside ENCY where you can find it and where you can work with this feature. So first of all, you have to select that you are working without cycle. Sorry, some words here in German, but you have to work without cycle because it's not possible to use cycles in this gun drill mode. And after that, you can say optimize the feet in the cross holes. So what means that? We have some parameters here, and these parameters change the feet and the speed in the different areas. The first of all is the minimum feet. The minimum feet is 50% of the work feet. So you have your work feet in your table, same like before. And then you can see here, we reduce the feet to 400 millimeters and go up inside the hole to 800 millimeters. The right side, you see the CL code. Step count, that means I have only one step to reduce the speed. I can also have 2, 4, or 5 steps to reduce the speed. So that means not from 1000 to 100. So from 1000 to 900, 800, 700, 600, and so on. The next is the step distance. This value could be positive or negative. And that means on what position he stop. For example, if I go to the pilot hole and the pilot hole have a deep from 24 millimeters, I want to stop 5 millimeter before this deepest point. So in this case, 90 millimeters. The next point is I want to reduce the spindle speed. This is the 500 millimeters here, and we can see it here. And after that, we go inside the pilot hole and the spindle raise up. It's exactly the same. Yeah, there are some more information about void feet, special part, entry and exit. So maybe this is too much for short documentation here, but yeah, we can explain you later. Here you can see the feet and the speeds we have set, for example, 5,000 revolution per minute. Okay, here we have a short movie. This is a special gun drill machine. So the task, you can use a normal machine, but also a gun drill machine. The difference in the gun drill machine you see here is that the tool moves inside the part and the machine is fixed. There are different type of machines. TBM from Germany, for example. There are a lot of machine builders from the USA. I think from China also some machine builders, and they make really a lot of hydraulic blocks and mold. In mold operations, it's very, very important to use this feature. Okay, what is the potential for us? So that means what can we do and how can we make money with this new feature? Yes, this values is based to Germany. I cannot say what is the situation in other countries, but in Germany we have automotive for sure 30% because of the molds. It's exactly what I say. Aerospace the same, oil and gas, medical, construction and mining, energy, and military and defense. Okay, one of our customers, I can explain to this company. It's a company, Germany and Japanese company, and it's called HWS Sinto. They have worked with TBIS many years with gun drilling. Earlier, they worked with RTM. RTM is a special solution for, I think it's from Italy, RTM, Lemoyne. Lemoyne is from Italy. Lemoyne. And they have a special solution for this gun drilling. They do nothing, only gun drilling, nothing else. So, and they're really successful with this. Really successful. Okay, other solutions. Yes, for sure, we are not the only one who have a solution for gun drilling. One of them, I say it's Lemoyne. In my opinion, Lemoyne is really the greatest competitor in this. They have a really, really good solution, but the interface is very, very poor, and they stopped the development. So RTM, I think they stopped totally the development. So it's not really a competitor. Mastercam have a tool. It's called ProDrill. I cannot really say how good it is or not, but they have a solution for this. The next, there is a company. It's called GIPCAM, not GipsCam. GIPCAM. GIPCAM is a company from Dresden in Germany, and they also make nothing but only this gun drilling operations. Right now they have also a 3-axis and a 5-axis operation, but it's very poor and it is from Model Works. But the gun drilling is not so bad. The next is Open Mind for sure. They have also a solution, and in my opinion, a good solution is also TBIS. They have to define a lot of tools. This is really a problem, but the solution is good and works really fine. And the price for TBIS in this case for gun drilling is more than 30,000 euro. Okay, this is the information about gun drilling for sure. Tomorrow maybe we have more time to explain, if you are interested, how it works in detail. But yes, maybe more information about our company and additional apps we developed from our company in Germany. I can say we are working or we're selling 90% of our job is ENCY. And 10% is around ENCY. For example, CAT, we are selling SolidWorks in Germany. And we developed some of our own solutions. And the main product in this case is our slicer. It is P3D. It's called P3D. The slicer is 100% developed from us. No Cura, no other core. All this is from us. And so we have a possibility with the slicer to make really very complex parts. This is a part from BMW here. This is a console for a Rolls-Royce. And right now they make 10,000 parts from them per year with the robots and with our software P3D and also with ENCY. But ENCY in this case is not for creating the slicing. It's only for the robot simulation and the milling operations. Yes, it is maybe some information about P3D, compatible with single surface prints, important for customers like BMW because their parts, it's not closed, it's very complex parts, RAMs for controlled speed recognition, 3D speed recognition for high level transition and so on. Maybe the question could be why you develop a slicer if ENCY have a slicer. Makes no sense. Yeah, it makes no sense maybe now, but we started with this slicer 5 or 6 years ago. 5 or 6 years ago, the slicer from ENCY was not so high performed like P3D. Now maybe it is better, but in my opinion, we have some features still in P3D who is very good, for example, support material and something like that. Okay, here you can see a very simple part. Normally in Germany, we are selling P3D only together with ENCY, with ENCY Tuner or with ENCY. But it's also possible to get the software as standalone. Okay, yeah, this is a simple part. So you can select the central curve here and then some parameters. After that, we have the slicing solution and we have a simulation here. And then we can see the simulation with the nozzle here in this case. And after that, we go with this result with an APT code to ENCY. And then we make all the other things like singularities or something like that in ENCY. And you can see here, we make the toolpaths now. Here, this is the APT code. And then we are in ENCY. And in ENCY, we make the simulation, the singularities, and all the other things, what we have. A little bit like we have integrated in the last year Cura. And it's a little bit the same. Also possible parts like this, where we are using also support materials. Normally, we will not use support materials, but sometimes it's necessary. If I see in our customers, and we have really a lot in this area, 80% are using the planar operations, not the non-planar. The only point what they are using is, for example, 45 degrees, printing with 45 degrees. That happens very often. But really a very complex part, non-planar, with all around the part, they do not use very often. Okay. The next tool we have created is a tool manager. It's also a little bit different to the tool manager we have right now in ENCY because it has a possibility to combine the parts with TDM and with some other software systems in Germany, also with Coscom. And it's not only a tool manager, but it's also a manager from all the parameters inside the tool. And for example, you can check how often you're using the tool, how often you're using the inserts, and so on. The next, it is a project for a customer, and that's what I want to say to you. If you have a special customer, maybe you say, okay, I want to buy ENCY, but I need a very, very special feature. We have the possibility to create these features for you. You can ask us. It's possible. In this case, the customer make watches. You can see here. And for him, it was very, very important that he have the possibility to make perlage. This is called perlage, what they have here in the patterns. And it was the only possibility for us to sell him ENCY. And so we developed this software for him. And here you can see the software. We have different possibilities to create these patterns. It's not so easy because you have to detect the collisions and all the things. And it's really grinding. So they have a very, very small tools and they grind it here. Yeah, with a simulation. And then still you go to ENCY and you can make the post-processor. So we create the APT code here, go to ENCY and can make the simulation after that in ENCY. Here you can see the manual step. For sure this customer have a CNC machine, but you can see how it works in manual. So it's really grinding operation. The next one we have is operation is exactly the same. There's a customer for stone machining, and this customer need a very special feature. He have very expensive tools, and he need to use the tools on the whole length. And we developed for him an oscillation tool inside ENCY. So that means we can select any contour, 2D contour, and after that, we make an oscillation program. This is very important for stones in this case. And then you can see how it works here. So you go up and down with the tool, and you use the whole length of the tool. And interesting is it in these corners, because the toolpath looks very strange in these areas. And then he moved not only one time, but more than one time around the part and finished the part. It looks really nice in case of stones. And the tool is really, it's perfect after that. Okay, the last one we have developed for you, maybe, is it's an online tool. This online tool have a lot of machines. We are in the market for more than 30 years. So we have more than 2,500 machines and post processors. And we want to give you these posts and these machines if you want. So you have a possibility with our website to open this site. You can, for example, search for any machine in this kind DMG. Then you can search the machine you need and you can add it to the request. The same with the post processors. So you can search for the post processors and for the machines, or you can create a new post processor inquiry if you do not have found the post processor or the machine. It's also possible. Yeah, a lot of machines there, and yes, I can send you the information. What is the website where you can find it? And for sure, all the resellers and get a discount. So all resellers get a discount coupon, and then after the discount coupon, you have the possibility to get a reduced price. Yeah, there are more information. For example, you can download the post processor, you can download machine model, and you can download code snippets. These are code snippets special for robots and something like that. Yes, here you have the download, for example, 3 machines, and then you can download it, can give us the contact information, and then, you can try it, and you can use it for your customers. Okay. Yes, that's the last sheet. Thanks a lot for your attention.